All right, let's take a look at installing the case feeder body onto the press. When you get the case feeder body, it'll be fully assembled. This spacer here means that the correct height for this adapter is already set on the press. So all you need to do is mount it in the hole. I'm going to hold it steady with my left hand while I hand tighten that nut with my right hand. Get it into alignment with the press. These surfaces should be parallel to the handles. Then, with one hand, I'm going to hold the drop tube adapter and tighten it up with a wrench on my other hand. It may move while you're tightening up, so you may need to keep a little firm pressure on it to keep it in alignment. You can check to make sure that your alignment is good by just dropping the press and making sure that none of these nuts or bolts on the press hit it. To install the tubes, I'm going to first take this red spacer and push all my tubes into it, snap it together like that, get them roughly even at the top, and leave about an inch, inch and a half of space between this spacer and the tube. Flip that upside down, and this spacer is actually going to help you load them in to the body. You can see how easy they went in. Then we're going to move this all the way up to the top to help us install the funnel. Same process, leave about an inch, inch and a half of space. Then take your funnel and install it at the top of the tubes. This spacer, you can slide it up or down wherever it needs to be. Now you're ready to install your caliber specific drop tube. I'm going to start with some 6.5 Creedmoor, so I'm using the 308 specific drop tube. It just slides in there. There's one screw that retains it in. You only need one screw. It's got a pretty heavy duty boss that keeps it from moving around once that screw is tightened. See, it doesn't move at all now. Next thing you do is take the correct height spacer from the Lee press kit, slide it in there, and then the last thing you need to do is install your shell plate. And since we're going to be doing decapping, I need to install the little bottle that'll catch all the spent primers after it's been decapped. So just screw that in, and then turn the shell plate so it's aligned going this way so that your cases can slide in and out. All right, so we're going to start out by processing some 6.5 Creedmoor that uses the 308 drop tube and uses the tall spacer from the Lee app kit. So I'm just going to rotate it in position. The first cartridge will drop, and there it goes. So let's decap them. All right, first tube's done. Rotate the second tube into place. All right, all the 6.5 Creedmoor is done. So I'm going to swap out the shell plate, this spacer, and this drop tube, and we'll switch over to the 9mm. All right, let's do some 9mm. I'm going to rotate the first 9mm tube into position. You'll hear it drop. And let's start using the press. First tube's done. Let's move to the second tube of 9mm by rotating it into position. Bad piece of brass, and we're done. Alright, let's take a look at the version that works with motorized case feeders from either Hornady or Dillon. If you order one for the Hornady case feeder, it'll come with this gray tip which just friction fits into the case feeder. If you order the Dillon version, it'll come with this blue adapter attached to your coil that will snap into the Dillon case feeder. Something to keep in mind with the positioning of the press and the motorized case feeder is that the case feeder needs to be on the left side of the press. Because of this handle, you can't feed it from the right, so you may have to rearrange things on your bench to make it work. The spring it comes with is 36 inches in length. You can also trim it to length if that's too long. If you need a longer one, please email me when you place your order. Alright, let's see the case feeder in action. I'm going to turn it on and you're going to start seeing it dropping cases into this case feeder. Alright, let's feed it some brass to decap.